What's up, you fucks? Okay, so this video is going to be about how I've changed from my use of psychedelics, where I was the first time I started using them. So obviously on my LSD video and my Hawaiian wood rose seed videos, like where I was in my life to where I am now. So the obviously you've seen the before and kind of the after of my trip reports, but now we're a few more months down the line to see if the effects of my psychedelic trips have had like a negative or a positive effect on my life. So let's take you fuckers back. So when I first had the experience with LSD, I wasn't actually in a great place. I was going through some personal issues, and I had depression and anxiety were quite bad, and so I got to the point where I was even walking towards like the town centre to go do some shopping, and I remember coming up the escalators, and I felt like the whole fucking place was closing in on me, and I realised, you know, there's something really wrong, because that's not me. Like, I'm normally an upbeat, positive, happy, humble person. But you know, sometimes experiences in life, they're put there to test you, and sometimes, you know, you'll find yourself in a dark place where, you know, you don't feel like you have anybody to talk to, or you feel like, you know, nothing in life seems to be going the right way. You're questioning yourself, you're questioning like who you are, and like you say, your belief systems, and just straight up, you're losing respect for yourself as a human, you know. So what happened was with the psychedelic use. Now, some people can have bad trips on psychedelics. It's because you should never use them for the wrong reasons. It's medicine at the end of the day, you know, and it's a very positive medicine if it's used in the correct way. So if you are gonna use LSD for the first time, do not use this with a group of friends, and don't just use it for like shits and giggles, because, you know, that isn't giving it the respect it kind of deserves. You know, you want to do it in a controlled environment, and it is very important to have like a trip sitter with you, you know, just so you don't get the idea of jumping out your fucking window, which doesn't happen unless you're a little bit fucking loopy anyway. So if you have issues with inside yourself, you create like a spiritual imprisonment inside yourself. So what a psychedelic does is it brings you out of this. You know, you have to face up all these issues you have within inside yourself. So there's no more running and hiding. So that's what I had to do. So with my experiences with my psychedelics, it wasn't till like later on, especially with LSD. Now, I was very interested in, like, you know, nature, but it was art. Like, after the LSD experience, I could see like art in everything, and I discovered an appreciation for like art, and a bigger appreciation for nature. You know, and that's the positive thing with these psychedelic substances, is they bring you back to like an archaic kind of primitive version of yourself. You know, an updated version of yourself. You know, you start to just. Well, for me personally, you know, it isn't going to be the same for everybody else. There's a lot of people who've taken the same things, and, you know, they're not talking about the same things I'm talking about. But for me, it's kind of brought me back and opened my mind a hell of a lot more than anything else you can do. You know, there's so much reading you can do. You know, we empathise on, you know, education and reading. You know, this stuff is very important and it has its place. But the most important person in your life is yourself. So by taking these substances, you're coming into something, and you're tapping into something which no doctor, no therapist, no amount of videos you watch, no amount of, you know, things people say to you is going to tap into this. You know, meditation can, you know, a deep meditation, but the thing with meditation is people find it very, very, very hard to switch off. You know, I've been meditating on and off for, you know, quite a few years, but with a psychedelic, you know, you're in it. Once you've taken it, that's it. You're going down, man. You're getting on that roller coaster, and it's going to be a fucking ride, a big fucking ride. So, before I go too much off track, had too much fucking Monster today already. I know it's not good, but fuck it, nobody's perfect. So where I was, like I was saying before, with depression and anxiety, the psychedelic really helped me to overcome this. So with the LSD was like the appreciation of art. I was seeing like art in fucking everything. Like I said in my trip report video, pictures I was looking at, and then it was like the picture was breaking down in front of my eyes. It was amazing. So the LSD opened up my mind to be more appreciative to things what around me, my surroundings, and to be more in the moment. You know, and this is what I really fucking needed at that moment in time, because like I said, I wasn't in a good place. And then Hawaiian seeds, when I did them around Christmas time, obviously like I said before, like in the video, they reset something in me, man. Like, they really reset. They made me just be reborn. And I know it sounds crazy, man, but it was like when I was rediscovering myself, you know, this is the problem we have, is just we lose track of us, and there is only one you. Now, we put too much enthusiasm into following people on Instagram or on Facebook, but idolising them. You know, it's good to watch people. You know, you can learn a lot from them. You know, I've got people I watch all the time, and they're really cool and they're inspirational. But that person isn't you, and that person is never gonna become you. Look, you have your own path to walk in life, and your path isn't gonna be as fucking straightforward as you think it's gonna be. You know, when you're walking on this path in life, sometimes a storm will happen, and it will fucking rain down on you. It will hailstone, it will thunder, it will lightning everywhere, and you'll get knocked off your fucking path. And how I look at it, whenever I've been knocked off my path, my brain, the way how I think of it in my brain and my thinking pattern I see in my mind's eye is, I'm in a ditch, and I'm in this ditch, and I'm trying to crawl out of this ditch to get back onto my path, and then the rain is pulling me back down. You know, the mud is collapsing from underneath my fingers. But you need to carry on fucking clawing. You know, when you're in hell, carry on walking. You know, just take that deep breath. When you're in that fucking realm of depression, when you feel like the whole world is crushing on top of you, just take a deep breath and carry on walking. Because I promise you, when you come out the other side, it will be the most beautifulest thing you'll ever experience in your life. You know, and that is what I have learned from the use of psychedelics, is the lessons it taught me is to keep moving forward. Because without you, you don't exist. Nothing you watch exists. Nothing you do exists because you do not exist. You know, so stop putting all this time and energy into people who aren't you, and focus on yourself. You know, this is the big problem we have. We don't have belief in ourselves, but all of us are capable of doing anything you put your mind to. Really, anything you put your mind to. You know, we are so much more powerful than we ever believe, man. Like, the things that people have achieved are incredible, really incredible. But it's about having that self-awareness and self-belief in yourself. This is the most important thing. And you make sure you surround yourself with the right people in life. Because people can become very, very toxic. Now, it could be the person who is your best friend from school. It could be someone you love. It could be family, it could be your mother, your father, you know, anyone. But if they're toxic, you need to get that toxicity away from you. It's like, I look at it like this: humans, or anything in life, you know, anything that lives and breathes in life, you know, its main objective is to be the best of it, how it can be. So if you're like a beautiful flower, for an example, and you're trying to blossom, and you really want to blossom into the biggest, the most beautiful flower, and out of nowhere becomes this weed, and this weed wraps its weedness around you, and it's trying to pull you down with all of its negative energy and suck out the fucking life out of you. You know, and this could be your best fucking friend. It could be your father, your mother. It could be your fucking girlfriend, your boyfriend. But for you to move forward and to progress, to be the best you can be, you need to cut the fucking weed. You need to get rid of the fucking weed. And it's selfish. Is that selfishness? Because you're turning your back on someone? No. The person who is the weed is the selfish person because they're not letting you blossom. They have their own insecurities they're trying to put onto you to make themselves feel better. And that's not how we should be living our fucking lives, man. But once you cut the weeds and you progress in your life, the weed then has a chance to blossom into a flower. Done.